Now, Storm Tracker 9 weather with meteorologist Cameron Landfield.
Good morning, everybody, and happy Thursday. It's going to be a beautiful one out there. You can already see the sun is shining, and the temperatures, well, they're definitely climbing up for today as well. For those highs, we're only making it to 71 out on the coast, but inland, it's going to be pretty widespread at that 80-degree mark, maybe even over 80 as you get down into the south. So it's going to feel really, really warm for today. Tomorrow, that's the case as well, but there's something we got to talk about around this time of year when we start to see some higher heat at the back half of spring. I know you likely do want to end up getting in the water. All of our waterways do look very appetizing right now with the high heat you're going to see, but I got to remind you, currently, everything running through the rivers is going to be melted snow. So it's still really cold out there. Some of these areas are even in the 40s. So if you do plan on getting the water to cool down for today, you're going to cool off very quickly, and you need to make sure you're ready for that because it's a pretty easy day to end up with a bit of a thermal shock. We actually see a lot of deaths around this time of year because people get overwhelmed by how cold those waterways are. But what's up with today? Why is it so hot out there? Well, looking out at our upper level forecast here, or the upper level pattern, you can see we do have this big ridge and it's prominently moving on in, but look at its tilt. So there's high pressure under the ridge, of course, pushing everything down. And as we get into the back half of the day and that tilt continues to make its way to the east, we actually end up with east winds, and east winds, they just blow in even drier air and keep any of the potentially cold marine air away. So that's why things will just keep building up in heat. We have even more east winds coming in for tomorrow. Now, something else that happens with high pressure and that comes around this time of year is going to be the explosion of pollen. Now, as of yesterday, the tree pollen is at 103, so it's just hitting the high category, which could be a lot worse. I think it was last year around this time, we got up to 800, which is way past the very high. So I would expect things to get worse as we see this stagnant high sit around, but for today, or at least just for this morning, it's just looking like we're in the high to moderate category. 7-day forecast is going to be a very interesting one. Seeing 79 on the coast, that is very, very rare with those east winds coming on in. It's going to be sunny nearly all the way through into next week. And for the Umpqua Basin, 81 for today. We got a slight chance of fog. Potential record coming up on Saturday. Right now, it looks like we're just seeing 90, but if we get past 91, that's record breaking. Sunshine all the way through Wednesday. Cascade Passes, nothing but sunshine as well, getting up to 70 degrees Friday and Saturday. And finally, Willamette Valley, equally as hot, 80 today, hitting a big 85 2 days straight. Again, potentially a record coming up on Saturday.
Dream forecast.
Yeah, seriously, just incredible numbers. And I know he tends to not enjoy when it looks like this because it's a little more boring for a meteorologist. I don't know if you know that, but I'm glad to hear that you're excited talking about the tilt and the pollen. So thanks for bringing the enthusiasm for us blue sky
I'm not allowed
enjoyers.
to say it. I'm glad you did.
Hey, we're pumped. So thanks for matching our energy. Thank you, Cameron.